To už moc ne, to 6-4 dali.
Gól, vole.
First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons.
Ty vole, krásně mu to přenechal tu zadovkou, ty vole.
And taken successfully.
Jo, ty vole. Já nechápu ten Detroit, co on dělá s těma vole mladíkama, jako toho zadinu, ty vole, to je...
Dal gól včera.
Šanci. Jo, ale mně to přijde, ty vole, že ho furt, vole, stahujou, vole, tohle, ty z farmy na farmu, nehraje pořádně jako ve stabilní lajně, furt to nějak točí, že prostě je to takový, vole. Jak to má Jo, no, ale jako je to divný, že jo, on šel nějaký 4., 5., 6. na draftu, nebo tak nějak, a prostě, že to jako tam tak zabijou, jako toho, nevím, nerozumím tomu, nejsem expert, no, ale... On tam, myslím, že tohle, no, myslím, že tam se i měnilo vedení po tom draftu nějak, nebo někdo, já nevím, jestli ten, vole, Eisenman, nebo já nevím kdo.
Jo, Eisenman vyhodil.
A taky bude, vole, no, tak možná to taky bude.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You remember me? Got it. Let's go, baby. He's checking.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I missed him, it would have been a first story.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crack everyone to the line of scrimmage and he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, 59, ready. Gun. Hey, orbit.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
Grantovi stačí jeden gól a bude mít, vole, v sezóně co zápas to bránka. Má na to asi.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Check. Hey, Echo. Hey, South.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Offside, ne, vole. Ty piče, to nebylo offside, no to je dobrý. Tak počem, jsme měli.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
You better be an alpha. 54. Go. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now it's Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Anthony Harris. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch the safety creep. Gun.
Proč, vole?
Right there.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Cousins now from the 50. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Vole. A je to v piči, no jasně, vole. 49. vole ze 46. Ty vole, zase nastavuje piča 100 minut, vole. Čurák, ty vole. Ach jo.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. No score after one on EA Sports.
Hey, Charlie!
Na co čučíš
Cousins
nebo
now to
čem?
throw on first down.
Kurva.
Co tam teďkom bylo?
Looking for Diggs,
Ne,
and it's
ne,
intercepted.
No,
It's
že
Desmond
den dětí,
Trufant.
ne, nějakej, prostě.
No.
A
So
že...
a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both
A ty
sidelines
děti normálně
they're
jsou
sitting
teď
them
v
down and saying, okay,
Torontu
remember,
a
this
že
is the
někdo
color
je
jersey
v
we're
kabině,
wearing.
že tam
They're
prostě,
wearing the
nevím,
other
kuky
color.
podává,
Let's make sure we get it to our
druhý je
guys, please.
hlasatel, ty vole 6-5, pičo. Druhý je hlasatel, tam nějaká holčička, že je reportérka, víš co, a zkoušej si jakoby takhle ty hokejový ty.
Prostě, ty vole, to máme hodně zpožděný, já ještě
This one
nemám
he
gól.
stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ale krásně, ty vole.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher.
Zas
A
Matthews
really
nebo
nice
vole.
run.
Matthews nahrával. Ten udělal tu otočku.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ty pičo. Aha, vole. Tak to jo, ty vole.
Viděl jsi to, jo?
Jo, teď jsem si to kvůli tomu pauzu, vole. Tak tohle, vole.
Ryan on the handoff. It's free. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nahuel. Vole, hovno leda, ty vole. Nahuel se asi nahulil, vole.
Now Ryan on first down. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Ne, vole,
7
to
yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Ne, vole, já to zase píčem na malý vápněsu a já to zase
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ty pičo, 6-6. To jdi do prdele, vole. Suše, vole, si vybruslil a počkal si, ty vole. Až, vole, mrázek odjede, vole, nebo respektive až tam nebude, vole.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice
No
effort
jo,
to
no
knock
je,
it out of the
vole,
way and bring
prostě,
up
vole,
second down.
dobrý, vole. Yes, ty vole, Karlan Grant, vole. 86.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. That's going to be
Tak
caught
pojďme,
at the
vole, piče, to mě
10-yard
tak
line.
sere, vole, když já ty vole hraju kurva ze třetím od konce.
That catch good for
Trápím se jak
5. It's
debil,
3rd
vole.
down.
Pak hraju s Barcelonou, ty vole, která má 2 střely za zápas a 30% držení balónu, vole.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Gól, vole, zás. Ty piče, teď se bráním, vole, teď nemůžu, vole. Kdo? Ty vole. Ty piče, to jdi do prdele, vole. Hej, ty vole, já bejt tím rávkem, tak už jdu dom, vole.
No on tam šel, on dostal jenom 3 góly. On tam říkal, že jak dostal čtvrtej, tak tam Borec říkal, že dostal 3 góly. On tam šel do toho nějakého borce.
Ty vole,
krásně.
No jasně, no. Ježiši, tak ten mu to ale máznul, vole, ten obránce. Tyči, kdo to byl, fan Rimsdijk, vole. To je 67.
Being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Piči, co píše ze Dement bez ruky, vole.
They start the drive with Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Marner, 5bodové.
The run got 4, now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Třeba. Měli jsme vyhrát.
Now a run with Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Right now in the 2nd quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Situace, vole, veterán.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Play action now, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action here on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Gone. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play. That's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To throw is Cousins. And he finds his target. It's sharp. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Cousins now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. They'll throw again. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Come on, QB, come on.
3-0 výhra.
They go play action. Cousins. He's got Smith here. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Ti Portugalci mají dobrý tým jak svině. Carolina přesilovku.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today. We also know it's not ending today, so they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Asgarde. Nekupuješ Nele nějaký šmínky, ty vole.
Ty vole, asi ne.
Ne.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Ježiš, ty vole, no Deportivo. No Deportivo, ale tak pojďme. Ty vole, furt 6 bodů ztrácím, to je v prdeli, vole. Ty vole, 6 bodů, ale pak 8 bodů na... Ty vole, to potřebuji 10 zápasů do konce.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
38 branek. To mi přesně vyhraje střelce.
First down, here's Cousins. Now they go screen, it's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again, it's Cousins. That is incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it. Precise. Because if you're 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense. He's putting the ball downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play fake, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Je tam, teď má puk, nebo teda...
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Ty vole, nečas střílel, kurva, to je škoda.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Mike 54. Mike 50. Hey, we're good. Let's go.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check.
Přesilovka,
They'll try
jo?
to get the ground game going with Freeman.
Nakonec
And he'll be
ne,
brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, they ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd down.
Kurva, ty vole, pičo, ty vole, proč, ty vole, ten Bailey to brání jak píča, ty vole, ty centry. Ty vole, 4. minuta a já teču 1-0. Já se poseru, ale aspoň mám balón zase na druhou stranu.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down. But now they have a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
No nic. Grant, potřebuju to nahrát na Granta.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Ty vole, kde jsou obránci, kurva, oni běží.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Listen to me. Check Mike 54.
Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Pičo masíčko hrábnutejší devu a je to piče třme.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant, and the return will stop right around the 25. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
On 1st down, Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Check 52. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 51, south. 25.
Now it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A ty jsi byl na trenálu, nebo co? Dneska?
No, ale...
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Pičo Grante, ty jsi kus kurvý, vole.
Klid byl. Jo.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
To je ono, no. Příště si musí říct, ty vole, oni to ještě otočí a vsadit to, no. Tam zase to musí říct i s balíčkama, musí říct, teď to tam padne, vole, a poslat tam 5 třeba.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Ty pičo, Grante, vole, to jsme ho
After the penalty, here's Freeman.
To jsem dobrá žumpa, vole.
Space to run past the 20.
Hlivky, vole.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only they stop him short of the first, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Ale kariéru, ale žádná není vlastně.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
No.
Give to Cook out of the gun.
Jezdu na cigáro.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Cousins now. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Cousins now from the 50. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check. Check 13. Check 13. Wide. Get wide. Ready to go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Freeman again.
He's not going to get me.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Kill. Kill. Turn up. No. Off. Mike's 5'9". Base. 59. Check. 59.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
51.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Undercrush. 20. Wait.
Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Got it. Get ready. Mike 54. Let's go, D.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
I don't think you got it, sir.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. For the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So for Atlanta, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon